Hello everybody, Ketchi13 with Ketchi Gaming, and I wanted to do a follow-up video to my testing melee weapons video that I did a couple months back at this point, maybe a little bit further than that. So, what sort of brought this on was a friend was using the ballistic shield with the stun lance, and I'm like, why are you using that? And he's like, well, it now blocks melee attacks. I'm like, oh, okay. And I just so happened to also buy the hatchet that came out with the latest warbond. Unfortunately, yes, it was part of the store and only temporarily there for a little bit. It'll cycle back through at some point, hopefully. So I decided to test out the ballistic shield along with the hatchet. Or is it an axe? I think it's more of an axe than a hatchet. So I did my part and went to Fenrir 3, and I took on some bugs. And to be honest, when it came to the ballistic shield, it did not start off well at all. As you can see, I died pretty much immediately. So after picking myself up, or I should say coming back down, I got some stim packs and stuff like that and went back at it, testing it. And yes, the ballistic shield does block melee attacks. It just has a huge glaring flaw, and that the only time it blocks it is if you have the shield raised. You move really, really slowly, and you are easily outflanked. So I would say the ballistic shield probably not going to be good for bugs. Maybe machines, but definitely not bugs. Now, for the axe, it seems to do quite a bit of damage. It has some light armor piercing, so it does pretty well. But as far as I can tell, it does about the same as the spear. It's kind of really hard to gauge. And to be honest, the lance, I should say, not so much a spear, because that's just going to confuse people if I use that, because they're going to mix it up with the special weapon spear. So strike what I said was spear, lance, the stun lance, which I got correct earlier, but whatever. So in terms of doing damage, it seems to be on par with the lance. I think the axe swings faster. It has a little bit of a wider arc, but that's about where anything I could say it has an advantage over the stun lance that it might actually have. In that case, it's just a faster swing and an arc instead of just jabbing forward. But the lance has a reach advantage in that case. So after this fight and actually having to stop using it because I kept getting flanked by all the bugs and getting hurt and just going through all my stems, I switched to a different build. The only difference is I clearly just brought the personal shield generator, and that fixed a lot of the issues. You're more mobile and you don't have to worry about getting flanked as much. Yes, the shield will eventually go down, but it gives you more time to get away too if you're getting outflanked. So yes, this combination worked out so much better, and I believe in my last video, yes, this was a much better combination than using the ballistic shield or even the directional shield, which I guess I should probably have a video testing that, but I suspect it'll just have the same results as the ballistic shield. So for fun, something I wanted to actually test out in the last video, but I decided not to, was to take on a charger. And this time around, I did the same personal shield generator with the stun lance, a quasar cannon to take out the charger just in case this went south, a Gatling gun to take out the little ones, and I brought whatever rifle I felt like bringing at the time. So here we are, the first charger that I decided to test it on, and I'm not going to lie, I got lucky. I mean, I knew my strategy was going to be let it charge and then get behind it and hit it. And for whatever reason, I got stupidly lucky on this one. That's an entirely different story for the second one that I tried testing out on. Same method of trying to get behind it when it charged, but for whatever reason, it just turned on a dime, and it would just absolutely just smash me into the ground. I tried maybe 3, possibly 4 times, and the only reason why I even killed it is I accidentally landed on it on the 4th reinforcement and killed it. I mean, what you see here is pretty much what happened every time. It would just turn and knock me down and then just stomp me, and I would be dead instantly. Didn't even care that the shield was there. Not satisfied with either being killed multiple times due to either a lack of skill or just having dumb luck, I decided to remove luck from the equation, and I adjusted my kit a little bit. I brought stun grenades, and let's just watch the results on that one. As you can see, it clearly worked. And then I had this situation where I was heading towards the second charge to test it out. And this insect, terminid, killed me without making a single animation for attacking. So when I was watching the replay and editing this together, I just felt like adding that. That's when I moved on to the other part of my question. What about hulks? Same build as before. This time I cleared out all the little minions just to make sure everything didn't get in the way. Stunned it with a stun grenade and went to town on its back. As you can see, it worked wonders. And then I went and found the second Hulk and tested it. And as you can see, same result. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I kind of already knew that because I did hit one in the back while playing with some friends when the Lance first came out. But I was just making sure it wasn't some kind of fluke. So yes, you can take on Hulks and you can take on Chargers with the melee weapons. Now that left a couple other things I wanted to try. What about Stalkers? That's kind of what came to mind. Mainly due to the sheer amount of damage they can dish out in a short bit of time. So luckily for us, there's a predator insects going around on a nearby planet next to Fenrir 3, which was already captured. So I went there to test that out. And I feel like, yes, the predator stalkers are fair enough of an approximation. Yes, they don't camouflage, but I'm pretty sure the melee capabilities are on par, along with their health. And when I mean on par with actual normal stalkers. So after arriving on the planet, having to clear out a spore spewer so I don't get any nasty surprises, I found a couple actually, and they go down pretty easy with the Lance, mainly because of that stun mechanic, which is one of the reasons why I brought it over the axe, because I'm pretty sure the axe would still allow them to beat the snot out of you. So yeah, having a bit of a slight advantage by stunning them seemed appropriate. And for good measure, here's me killing another one, just to sort of reiterate that yes, it is more than doable to kill a stalker with a melee weapon. But because of the nature of the mission I chose, there's one last thing I wanted to try it on. A bile titan. I was fairly certain that it would not work. So I went and found the bile titan, and I'm just going to let the whole entire thing play. And I'm going to go ahead and say that no, the melee weapons do not work on it. I'm not entirely sure how it died. I have a hypothesis. but I don't really have any real way of confirming that, and I don't feel like testing it again. But anyways, I'm just gonna let it play with my showdown with the Bile Titan and a melee weapon. So if you make it to the end, thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Found something!
Delivering payload. Eagle 1 leaving combat zone to resupply.
Get some! Get some!